Hey guys, this is Tigers coming back to you with another episode of Craftymon, and I believe it's episode 10. At some point you kind of do just start to lose track. But today we are going to have the fun job of... say fun job. We're going to be more likely terraforming some of that. Because I think it's time. Basically guys, for a good while, my biggest complaint... Right. Also guys, the happy guy still isn't grown up. Basically, I've not been on to prepare. Out of everything, out of like all the series at the minute, it's the kind of the one that I've not prepared for. Like, Fortnite videos I generally don't need to, it's just a case of log on and record, which is nice. The new Modern Hunter World series, by the time this is out, the first couple episodes should be out. And there will probably be a new one out. So guys, at the time I'm recording this, the first episode is currently out, because again, record on Wednesdays. Episode 2 should be out tomorrow, Thursday. Again, Craftymon never then comes out Fridays, unless I make a mistake and forget to edit, or just completely forget about it and there's delays. But that shouldn't be this week. So, I don't know whether the next... Basically guys, whatever day the episode 3 comes out will basically be the schedule of Monster Hunter World until I complete the game. And by complete the game I mean complete the story. And there might be the odd thing that I do go after in between, but again, I'm pretty sure I did say it in first episode. I think. Basically, guys, if there's anything that is level Pacific that's high, that's a high level for it. For instance, guys, big example of this, Rune and Gigante is something in Iceborne. You need to be master rank 100 to fight that thing. I'm not getting up a second. I'm not spending the time to get a second character up to that level when I could just jump onto another character, because again I've got 3 characters in the game, and basically just fight on that. But the happy gas is fully grown. See, for now, I don't know whether the happy gas will float away. I'd rather not take the chance, because if it flies away, I'm not going to be able to get hold of it. But I think if it's saddled up, it probably won't. But for today, what we are going to do is... dig this back. And just carry on going. Oh, see, there'll be a bit of terraforming today, or there'll be a bit of other things. Basically, my thing a while ago, I mentioned the fact that I'd probably end up moving. I'd probably end up, you know, finding a new place to build a base and, you know, making it massive. But I think I've settled for terraforming the area instead. Again, I've kind of got somewhat of a plan. I don't know much though, because again, it's one of those things that see, part of me is like, do it all in an episode. No, what's it daisy? But yeah, you know what, that can all get sorted. But another part of me is like, what's the point? So I'll sleep in and basically go over what my plan is, but it's not much of a plan. Because right now I've kind of got like this nice little cute little bungalow thing. But without needing to, I don't feel too bad. Mainly because, like, technically it wasn't me, technically it was a creeper explosion. But, like, they have all of up here. So I think I will settle for storage boxes and chests and, like, having, say, the odd item frame up. So, like I say, I kind of just want to get a bunch of it prepared. Because I like my simplistic house. I really do, it's nice. So, actually putting, like, actually, you know, tearing the area up. I will try and incorporate those flower pot sort of designs in somewhere. I don't know where. Also, the windows I went for in the end were acacia, but I probably will do glass. But the only annoying thing is, this is 8 pieces of glass I'm going to have to break. Part of me is tempted to set up a, like, if I had the resources, I would set up a partial enchantment room, but I don't. See, reusing the stuff already. That it wasn't down to the fact that I didn't want, like, a odd amount of torches in my inventory. I should probably get that mind the rest of. No, some of it was moss. Jeez. I probably will end up making the bed too and just making mine like a double. Like, this house has been here for a while, so it's gonna be kind of sad that it's gone now, but I think in the long term it'll look a lot nicer. Now, guys, what I could have done is basically just done sort of like store little storehouse things and just had one for all my storage, one for all of my food, and like blah 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 blah, blah, like the rest of it and all that lot. I'm deciding not to because I think it'll be a lot more nicer and cleaner just to sort of have one giant area and just have dedicated rooms in that one area. So, but it didn't take too long to sort of just mine all this off. Although, guys, one thing I will notice, I've completely lost track what's currently going on in the Pokemon anime. Like, I was up to date with that for a good while, because, at least in the UK, BBC iPlayer was more up to date than Netflix. So, which was one benefit. But, like, an annoying thing typically is when, like, you watch a show that's basically, like, guys, a show I watch, it's a show called The Rookie. Really cool show. It's about this dude who decides to basically, when he's middle-aged, decides to become a cop. Really interesting. Until you put into consideration that I have to kind of wait 6 months after it's all finished airing to even have the chance to watch it. Technically my fault. Technically more the fault of basically with BBC iPlayer. I got so far through season 2 because I was able to watch so far through season 2, and at the time I was like, okay. But then going back and trying to rewatch, like, from where I was like, it's like, what did I get to up to? At some point, I will basically just rewatch through the thing from point A to point B. But until that point, I have no idea. Like, from what I've seen, one of the main casts in there ends up getting a shiny Mega Lucario. And my first response is, what now? The person being in question is Roy. And it's like, hold on, wait a minute. The dude wants the shiny Rayquaza. You're giving him a shiny Mega Lucario. Now, Coridon, that's the one. You know, they can both sell up drought, yet it doesn't really benefit Coridon. The reason Miraidon is so good is because of the fact that it's an electric type that sets up electric terrain. I will clear a bit more on this, and then I'm going to go and explore on other. There's a potential chance this might be a short episode of normal. Although, guys, I will say, recording the Monster Hunter series has been fun. Like, I was originally do like an episode per week. Because I presumed the fact of, like, because I played through World so much, I presumed I'd be bored. I presumed I would be like, I wouldn't be wanting to. But, like, guys, like, when I say this whole area, it's like, I will clear out this too. But, like, I was assuming I was going to get bored of it. At the minute, no. For the most part, I haven't done no work off, like, I would also talk about this when I next film, which, basically, at the minute, guys, I'm able to sort of film a 4 weeks worth of episodes in the first, like, from, like, kind of from Saturday, Sunday. Just because typically, the way, see, content-wise at the minute, I'm doing a load more content and kind of push myself to do more. Oh my god, you look so cool. What type are you? I don't know what type you are. You're ground, aren't you? Earth. See, it might be worth it. It very much might be. See, I'm tempted just to say run 8. No. I don't, even though it is, I don't need both. Also, I kind of think Ominous is a bit cooler, and I'm not going to get rid of Moonlight, who looks like a really cool Dark Steel lead. But before I do get to another, I could do with some more food. But guys, at the minute, it already looks a lot more nicer. Now, what probably will end up happening is, like, this wall will probably, like, I want to say I probably will, but I probably won't. I probably will just use it as basically ways to sort of build, like, more additional storage without going into further. But guys, I will be back once I've basically got all the wheat. So, back in a second. We're back. I've basically almost done all of it. There's only a tiny bit more left. And from basically going through all of this, either it's popped out over time because I'm presuming not enough water, but like it's like a 3 block distance, so I'm presuming that's fine. Or I did not place it all down last time. Also, one thing I do really like about this is if it's the odd one that's not fully grown yet, 9 times out of 10, once you're sort of done, like, because of how long, because it takes like a good few minutes to sort of, go through all of it, you basically end up with like ones that are like almost done, and the ones that are like almost done end up being done by the time you get to them, which is kind of nice. First, we're gonna sleep. Also, guys, if you are new around here, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment. But like, this is more signs of that I really need to like. I'll keep it all on me. It'll be more than fine. But for now, I suppose the sleeping bag could go there. I kind of like the contrast of the fact that like the silver and white. But we are going to pop back to Nether. Guys, at some point I will make this look so much more nicer, but basically it's going to be one of those things where when I've got time, and I won't have time this week, so we'll like this will look like this in the next couple episodes. I'll basically, when I've basically figured out how I want my house to look, I will sort of terraform. Part of me's like terraform that, but I kind of like want to, just because I could terraform some of it, but I don't want to like do all of it. Because I think I'd probably build my house up to like here, then have like the roof sort of slope in. Like, I don't know yet that if this will still need to be teared down, and like I'll do all that in between episodes, because no one wants to see me terraform for that long. Every single time. Basically, originally the reason behind that was just a case of, oh, I'm almost finished it, and I kind of want this to last a bit longer towards my birthday. I kind of want this just to get to my birthday. Like, I was trying to stretch it out a little bit, and so I was like, I also could do with not streaming every day. And I took, instead of streaming every day, I then eventually ended up swapping that with recording, editing, or streaming every day. Which, guys, I don't mind. Like, it could be worse. Like, I honestly don't mind. No, well, not completely. Don't get me wrong, I'd like having a couple of days where I wasn't doing content, but at the same point, the Monster Hunter stuff won't be lasting forever. Okay, so I'm gonna feel like it's just gonna be easier to go around the side. Like, there's magma cubes and there's dudes in here, but like, how the hell did those dudes get? But, so yeah, guys, at the minute, because of like, I don't mind it. It's a case of, as long as the Monster Hunter is like, Monster Hunter is like gonna do, as long as Monster Hunter World's gonna do well, there is a small chance I might eventually end up doing Rise and Wilds. That's why we crouch speed. But yeah, so there's a small chance I might eventually end up doing them, but like, guys, at the moment, it's a case of like, there's reasons why I don't want to do either. Which isn't much in the first place. Instead of like overpowering every weapon and bringing them up to, oh, I don't know, hammer or great swords, they decided to bring every weapon down to, I don't think it was every weapon got brought down to sort of bow level. I do think it was just every weapon got brought down to like a 300 damage. Or like that's the highest that most of them are going to do, I think. I've not looked into all of them, I just know they all do about the same amount of damage. Like if you take the best greatsword, the best hammer, the best bow, and the best sword and shield, they're all going to do about the same amount of damage. Obviously, different builds will do different bits, but for simplistic reasons, it's like they all do the same. And then Wilds, it's got annoying level caps. Scorch, can you handle it? But only like episode 8 had been dubbed at the time. And I was just like, Because at the time it's like, Because I wasn't expecting this, because, again, this is like back before I was more willing to sort of watch the sub even, and then watch the dub. I don't know why I'm getting confused. And, because I don't think at the time I'd seen any subbed. Because, guys, typically I prefer watching the sub just so I can sort of watch, enjoy it, and don't need to sort of start reading. Because again, I don't speak Japanese. I don't understand Japanese, which means I then have to sit and watch subtitles. Which I will willingly do, just so I can see the season when it airs. Because, guys, the first 2 episodes are out on Crunchyroll in subbed. I'm pretty sure this week we'll get episode 1 in dubbed, unless they are gonna, unless for some reason they're gonna stay 3 weeks behind. I don't know why they would, but who knows. because when you spell it with when you activate the trap, when you activate Destiny board, and you activate D, it then spells Death. Had to start thinking it's like a five card thing. But over here, internationally more speaking, it spells final, Final, and which, for context, mean two different things. One sort of a case of, in European ways, they kind of both mean the same, because it's a case of death just sort of implies that, you know, you're finished. Final implies this duel's over. Although I will say, if I had to choose between only being able to use Exodia or the Destiny board cards, I would choose Exodia, because why you can have Exodia sent from your hand to the grave because of things like hand destruction and card destruction. If Destiny board gets destroyed off your field, you need backups. And why, yes, you can. I think you might be able to have backups. I believe you can. Why you could have backups. At least with Utopia, at least with Exodia, you have. I'm a tree. I'm a tree. I'm a tree. I'm a tree. Okay, guys, if I do go in the case of that and it's just a title, I am a tree, that's why. Tempting just for no bunch of people would be like, what now? Why is he going on about being a tree? Now, well, technically speaking, cobblestone would probably be a better idea, because at least that way it can get blown up. That'd also mean using a bunch of cobblestone, and I don't want to waste a bunch. Plus, netherrack is technically slightly quicker to mine up. At least with an iron pickaxe. And because of that, it's been like, I was constantly going, what? Then there's points where I was like, I know what part this is. I really should stop being an idiot around now. To be fair, at this point, I'm probably saying I'm kind of just looking for another fortress. Because I need to get 3 wither skulls to make a thingy, but then again, I'm not exactly anywhere near being able to find one. I want, like, full enchanted diamond armor, and I prefer full enchanted, like, netherite armor. But that netherite template, I'm not going to be able to get one. Is there enough room for you to battle? Nope. Is this enough room for you to battle? Nope. I'm soul sand. I am soul sand. Making the area slightly safer, and I'm presuming we're going to have to, you know, Again, I'm really starting to spice magma cores. Magmas, not magma cores. But I think the only thing I've ever used them for is to make fireproof, fire, fire potions. When I can actually speak. Fire resistance, that's what I was thinking of. But even then, it's been a while since I've made them. Well, guys, I will say, at the minute, like, I'm kind of just a case of, like, nothing to watch. And I hate being in the case of one of those people that's like, I've got nothing to watch. Yeah, I have, like, several different streaming services. Like, I have access to things like Netflix and Prime. Yeah, I still think there's nothing I can, like, there's nothing interesting to watch. Hold on, wait a minute. Are you seriously telling me I took the long way? Now, guys, I'll probably mess around in that for like 5 more minutes. Again, this episode's definitely going to be shorter. I mean, I say definitely. Right, guys, I'll be back once I get back to the area. So, guys, I am back in that wood. Okay, scratch that, potentially. What more likely to happen is... Yeah, actually, who knows? Because I don't know where I'll go from editing. I was about to say, please do not tell me... Okay, no, this is the wrong one. Okay, never mind that. Back in a second. So, guys, we are somewhat back to where we were. Although, guys, basically what happened was I thought go back to where I was. Turns out the wrong set of stairs. Like, it's literally the ones like for the other area that took us up to where like a bunch of skeletons were. And I was like, oh, but Michael was like, okay, no point me actually, doing what I did. Because I was like, there's no point. Turns out, no, I was wrong. I had to go further than I thought I did. Oh, sleep time. We don't need to make the trip back to the nether. Because, guys, while trying to get back to where I was, I might have accidentally died again. But in this case, I'd say I'm innocent. I managed to keep that on me. Gonna end up needing it for something. Oh my guys, at some point, like in between episodes, I will sort that. I don't know if that'll be in between now, this episode, next episode. At some point, I will. Next week, I think we'll probably go exploring. Just because it's been a while since we have. And we haven't probably gone this way. Like, I've gone most of the way, that way I haven't gone. But as for the team, we've got our little fiery scorcher, our fiery phoenix, a little Rhinox fiery dude, Omnis, who's not as cute as they once were, but still kind of cool. This was still who's still kind of cool. Moonlight, who I do think is like a really cool, like dark inspired unicorn. And then Leapion, who is now really dope. But yeah, we'll probably will go explore next episode. And at some point in between, like, it won't necessarily be between now and next episode, but I will basically demolish my house in between episodes. In between, like, episodes at points, like, out of episode, and, build and all that lot, and once I figure out something cool to build. But, for now, I think that's the end of the episode, because this was basically just, like, because, guys, I full on went into this being like, it'll be like a half an hour episode. And before, like, again, when I edit it, I have no idea. So, who knows? I probably won't keep in the full length of me full on digging all that out, and there won't be everything in the nether, but who knows? I mean, decent length of clips, so. Yeah, guys, this is Tiger sign off. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye!